Hello, good evening. A London council has been accused of social cleansing after it revealed plans to move some of its poorest residents to Stoke-On-Trent.
Newham Council says increased rents in the borough and the government's cap on housing benefit mean it can no longer afford to house people in privately owned accommodation. But the Housing Association in Stoke-On-Trent says the plan could see thousands of needy people dumped in Stoke with no proper plan for their support. Amy Welch reports.
From the skyline, they look the same, but they're actually 160 miles apart. This is Stoke-On-Trent, where rows of empty houses are an all too familiar sight. And this is the London borough of Newham, home to 500 acres of Olympic Park, but an area unable to home its own people due to spiralling rents. The answer, according to Newham Council, is to move people from the south to Stoke. In a letter sent just over 3 weeks ago, Newham Council offers Stoke-On-Trent's Brighter Futures Housing Association what they describe as a business opportunity to lease out homes for those on housing benefit. If it went ahead, it would mean houses like these being rented out to up to 500 families. But the Housing Association fear that without the proper welfare plan in place, it could lead to the collapse of already vulnerable neighbourhoods.
I think undoubtedly, if what you're doing is saying because you are poor, because you are on benefit, you can no longer live here and you will have to move somewhere else, I think if that's what social cleansing means, I think that's what's happening now.
And people who live in Stoke say more competition for jobs is the last thing they need.
I think we've got enough problems of our own without importing problems.
There's not enough jobs here to sustain our own people from Stoke-On-Trent, let alone bringing them in from other places. I really don't agree with it.
Newham Council say they're only trying to find the best possible solution for their citizens. They're offering to pay Stoke's Housing Association 90% of the local housing allowance, plus £60 per week. An offer they say could benefit both local authorities. But for people living in London, a house hundreds of miles from home isn't one they want.
If I had my family up there, it'd be nice to go because it's a quiet, slow-paced area. Not like London, but this is where I am, so this is where I prefer to be.
The fear now is that private landlords may want to cash in on Newham Council's housing proposal and that the migration might happen regardless of what people at both ends of the country really want. Amy Welch in Stoke-On-Trent for Central Tonight.
Well, next